Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Kusnaini Putri. You can call me Putri. In this session, we are going to learn about passive voice. We will learn what passive voice is, how it is different from active voice, how to use verb tree, and how passive voice is formed in 6 different tenses. So please get ready, pay attention, and enjoy the lesson. Let's start. Before we learn, let's understand the basic concept first. Look at the sentence. The teacher explained the lesson. Here, the teacher is the subject and the subject does the action. This is called active voice. Now, look at the sentence. The lesson is explained by the teacher. Here, the focus change. The subject is not the lesson and it receives the action. This is called passive voice. So we can say, active voice is the subject does the action and passive voice is the subject receive the action. Jadi, passive voice adalah kalimat yang subjeknya menerima tindakan, bukan melakukan tindakan. In passive voice, the object in the active sentence move to the front and becomes the subject. Then, we use to be plus verb tree and we can add the doer by using by plus agent. Basic pattern, active subject VO, passive object to be verb tree by subject. For example, the teacher explained the lesson becomes the lesson is explained by the teacher. Before we continue, we need to remember that passive voice always use verb tree or past participle. There are 2 types of verbs. First, regular verb. This verb usually add D or ED. For example, clean, cleaned, cleaned. Wash, washed, washed. Finish, finished, finished. 2. Irregular verb. This verb change differently. For the example, write, wrote, written, do, did, done, and build, built, built, or speak, spoke, spoken. Because passive voice always use verb tree, you need to know both regular and irregular verb. I will share a list of irregular verb so you can study them more easily. Now, how to change active into passive? Let's see the step. Example, she writes a letter every day. The step 1, find the object. The object is a letter. Step 2, move it to the front, a letter. Step 3, choose the correct to be because it is simple present, we use is. Step 4, change the verb into verb 3, written. Step 5, add by plus agent. like by her. So the passive sentence is a letter is written by her every day. Remember, when the subject move after by, pronouns change dari I menjadi me, he menjadi him, she menjadi her, we menjadi us, they menjadi them. First, let's learn simple present passive. To function, we use simple present to talk about fact, habits, routines, and general truth. Jadi, simple present digunakan untuk fakta dan kebiasaan. The formula, object plus to be is MR plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. For example, the active sentence, she writes a letter every day. Pasifnya, a letter is written by her every day. Because a letter is singular, we use is. The verb write change into written. The negative, a letter is not written by her every day. Interrogatifnya, is a letter written by her every day? For example, English is spoken by people in many countries. The classroom is cleaned by the students every day morning. The homework is checked by the teacher every day. Now, let's continue to present continuous passive. The function is, we use present continuous for actions happening now or at the moment. Artinya, tense ini digunakan untuk kegiatan yang sedang berlangsung sekarang. Formulanya, object plus to be is MR plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. Example, active sentence, she is writing a letter now. Passivnya, a letter is being written by her now. Because the action is happening now, we use is being plus verb 3. Negatifnya, a letter is not being written by her now. Interrogative, is a letter being written by her now? The more examples, the room is being cleaned by the janitor now. The lesson is being explained by the teacher at the moment. The project is being prepared by the student right now. Next is simple past passive. We use simple past for action that happened in the past and are finished. Jadi, simple past digunakan untuk tindakan yang terjadi di masa lalu dan sudah selesai. The formula is object plus was were plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. For example, active sentence, the chef cooked the meal last night. Passivnya, the meal was cooked by the chef last night. Because the action happened in the past, we use was or were. Negatifnya, the meal was not cooked by the chef last night. Interrogative, was the meal cooked by the chef last night? And the more example like, the homework was finished by him yesterday. The window was broken by the boy last night. The letter was sent by my mother 2 days ago. Now, let's discuss part continuous passive. The function, we use past continuous for actions that were in progress at a certain time in the past. Artinya, kegiatan itu sedang berlangsung pada waktu tertentu di masa lalu. Formulanya, object plus was were plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. For example, Active sentence. The students were doing the project at the time. Pasifnya, the project was being done by the students at the time. Because the action was still in progress in the past, we use was or were plus being plus verb 3. Negatifnya, the project was not being done by the students at the time. Interrogative, was the project being done by the student at the time? For example, the road was being prepared by the workers yesterday afternoon. The classroom was being decorated by the students at the time. The documents were being checked by the manager when I arrived. Next is simple future passive. The function, we use simple future for action that will happen in the future. Jadi, tense ini digunakan untuk kejadian yang akan terjadi. The formula, object plus will plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. Example, active sentence, the manager will announce the result tomorrow. Passivnya, the result will be announced by the manager tomorrow. For future passive, we use will be plus verb 3. Negative sentence, the result will not be announced by the manager tomorrow. Interrogative, will the result be announced by manager tomorrow? For example, the prize will be given by the headmaster next week. The letter will be delivered by the postman tomorrow. The test will be checked by the teacher soon. Last, future continuous passive. The function, we use future continuous for actions that will be in progress at a certain time in the future. Artinya, kegiatan itu akan sedang berlangsung pada waktu tertentu di masa depan. Formulanya, object plus will plus be plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. Example, aktifnya the workers will be building the bridge at this time next year. Passive, the bridge will be being built by the worker at this time next year. This form is grammatically correct, but it is rarely used in daily conversation because it sounds long. Jadi bentuk ini benar-benar secara tata bahasa tapi jarang digunakan dalam percakapan sehari-hari. Negative sentence-nya, the bridge will not be being built by the workers at this time next year. Interrogatifnya, will the bridge be being built by the workers at this time next year? For example, like the report will be being prepared by the staff at this time tomorrow. The stage will be being decorated by the committee tomorrow morning. Let's summarize the formula. First, simple present is MR plus verb 3. Second, present continuous is MR plus being plus verb 3. Third, simple past was were plus verb 3. Fourth, past continuous was were plus being plus verb 3. Fifth, simple future will plus be plus verb 3. Sixth, future continuous will plus be plus being plus verb 3. And remember, in today's lesson, all examples are used by plus agent so that the door is still mentioned. Alright, today we have learned about the meaning of passive voice, function, the difference between active and passive, the use of verb 3, and passive voice in 6 tenses. Please remember, passive voice focuses on the object and the pattern is to be plus verb 3. In today's example, we also use by plus agent to show the door of the action. Thank you for your attention. See you next time. Bye.